Hey guys, it's me, Jedi Bunny, otherwise known as my actual name, which is Kelly. I'm doing a movement today that I was going to do for myself anyway, that I kind of like to implement when I'm feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit of anxiety in general, and also when I want to do something with my energy. I like to think of this as a routine that helps me use the force and use my sense of flow, get into a sense of flow that helps me focus my mind and also incorporate my body. Today I do feel very connected to my body, which is really nice because it's not every day that I feel that way. But I actually just got back from a walk outside. It's beautiful out, and I had a gym session yesterday, which was really nice. So yeah, I feel good today in general. But again, that anxiety is still there. I tend to notice on days where I do have higher energy, sometimes my anxiety kicks in. So this is my routine that I'm just going to kind of incorporate some different things that I think I've shared with you guys in other videos before, but this one really is more so for tempering and channeling the force, being in control, also feeling a sense of positivity, levity, lightness, kind of letting go of some of those not so great feelings that we tend to get stuck in and just kind of mobilizing those things out. The other thing is I'm going to do some moves that may be unfamiliar for some of you or that may be more intense than you're willing to do. I will try to offer moderations. If I don't offer a moderation that's suitable for you, your body, your abilities, please moderate in whichever way feels the best for you. So if you see me hopping in place, for example, you can just step in place, or you can do one leg at a time and just moderate for whatever feels good. Even if you just wanna bend your knees a little bit, that's better than nothing. This is really just to get the feel, the sense for what we're doing today. Since I started off with a walk today myself, I figure why not just like walk in place a little bit? Just get those legs moving. Moving our legs is really important. It's something that comes naturally to us bipedal humans. It's very healthy for us. It's one of the best things we can do. It actually helps get our parasympathetic nervous system kind of in check because it's both relaxing and invigorating at the same time, which not all movements are. So if you want, you can raise your knees a little bit higher. And if you actually curl a little bit, just a little bit, not with your hips so much, but just with the center of your abdominal core here. If you curl a little bit as you go, you'll start to activate your abs a little bit too. And just get some blood flow to the stomach area and just general blood flow to the lower body, the lower extremities, the legs. It's a really good way to start. That feels nice. I like to kind of shake out sometimes in between. Then another really great movement to kind of stretch out everything. You can activate your glutes a little bit, stretch out the front of the legs, the quads, but it's a dynamic movement, so you're not doing a static stretch, which I've been through before, but you don't want to static stretch a cold muscle. But I'm just going to lift my feet and kind of kick my butt like that. So get your feet as high as you can. You can do it with feet flexed, which helps engage the glutes and the quads, or you can point your feet like that. Get the calves and shins a little bit more. This is also really good for creating mobility in the knees, loosening up all the joints, all those areas. Personally, me, I'm a little sore from my workout yesterday, so I'm not doing anything crazy today. This is just a little flow to help channel that anxiety. Little hops. So this is a great one. This is something that I learned from Mike Chang, an awesome channel I've recommended before. Highly recommend checking him out. If you like my stuff, I think you'd appreciate his. If you can't do little hops, I'll give you a modification. You can just bend your knees a little bit, almost like a little tiny squat, like this. Shoulders back. Another big thing is posture. So I'm a lady. You're a guy or a girl, who knows what you are, whatever you want to be. You could be a cat watching if you want. Just have good posture. Good posture is really underrated, but it helps our body move the way we're supposed to move. So shoulders back. I like to have my pelvis like slightly tucked, but not too much. Core straight, chest kind of like out, but not up, if that makes sense. Because then see how when your chest is out, you kind of create this sway in your back, and that's really not good because that's going to tighten those muscles back here. You want to have your chest more so out than up. See? It's better that way, yeah. For girls too, especially. So we'll do a little hop. So again, this is the modification, just slightly moving your knees. A slightly higher modification would be kind of like this, hopping on your toes, one toe at a time. What I like to do is about 60 seconds of up and down, like this, and then just letting my hands and my arms go. You can do this too. My cat is chewing on the tripod and just jumped on the boxes that I have it on. So sorry if the camera got shaky, that was her. These are awesome. Whew. So then we're gonna do arm drop down. So as high as you can get your arms and then drop them down loose. High, drop them down loose. High, drop them down loose. If you can't get your arms up that high, if you like go like this, it's fine, just drop them. Drop them from where it's comfortable. And I'd like to do 30 to 60 seconds of these as well. My whole upper back is cracking. Then we do chest openers. Again, if you can't go all the way back, if it's not comfortable for you, you can do slow down. Give yourself a hug. Feel good. And then I do some twists. So you're hitting one side of your, your upper shoulder, front of your chest area, and then in your back, you're hitting your lower back. Like this. So beautiful Qigong move, and you can go as slow as you want with that one too. So you can just go like this. Do what feels right for you. Always. In life. It's a life tip. That's not just a movement tip. Then we can do some hip circles, which really get into the knees and the hips and the lower legs and just start moving. Get the core open, even go all the way up to the shoulders. And then switch and go the opposite side. I like this one, where your knees are about hip width apart, and then you bend and go to one side and stretch your arms, and then bend, go to the other side, stretch your arms. My feet are forward, but you can turn the foot that you're going to your arms with the side with, you can turn that one slightly out if you want, and that just starts to get the whole vertical line of the body, warming everything up, getting everything in form. Another great one for the knees is you can have your legs together. If you don't have that kind of balance, you can have them further apart. I like to do my legs together and then just bending like a little mermaid through the knees and then the other way. And you can go as little and as micro in this movement as you want. It doesn't have to be big. So you can do tiny little knee dance. Awesome. If you want to work on balance a little bit, you can always start with your right side. It's actually really good to help start that fire of digestion. It's good for your digestive system to always start with the right side. I believe it's because of the placement of the ascending colon. Just starting on this side is always beneficial. It's not going to kill you if you start on your left side, but starting on your right side apparently has benefits. And stretch out arms a little bit. Ooh, that feels really good. If you can get it to go into your shoulders, that's really nice. Spine flow. So this one's really good. This one is something I actually learned from Ido Portal. He is an Israeli guy that actually got started in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's one of the principal people in the forefront of the primal movement craze that's been going on for the last several years that I've really gotten interested in. This is one of the best ones you could do for your entire body, but just to start building kinesthetic awareness in your body, awareness of space, a really good way to do it is to do it in front of a straight wall. So like, for example, the example he uses is in front of the wall, you touch your nose, and then you touch your chest, and then you touch your knees, and then you come back, and you go all in one parallel line like this, getting the full flexion of your spine. So that's a really nice way to wake up your spine earlier in the morning after you've moved a little bit. You want to have a little bit of warmth in you, because it's hard to move without being stiff if you're not a little warm already. But I'll show you an example. I'm used to doing this without a wall because I like to go on my tippy toes a little bit. So we're going to go forward, we're going to roll those shoulders back. It looks harder than it might actually be for you if you haven't done this before, but I've been doing this so it gets easier, I promise. And then you can roll down and then roll back. So a little version for you, if you're not there yet, could just be this. See, my whole body cracks sometimes. That's just what happens. Beautiful. There's a lot of benefit to having your head upside down. So I'm gonna do something. I'm sorry if it scares anybody, but I bet you can do it. Just build up to it. I'm not gonna do a headstand, although I am working on headstands and handstands. We're not there yet, but maybe one day. Luke Skywalker can do it. I wanna learn how to do it. But I'm gonna slowly roll down, starting with my chin to my chest. Slowly roll down. Kind of sway a little bit. Let my knees bend as much as they want. And try to straighten a little bit. And bend one knee at a time. My cat is eating, so excuse the squelching sounds. Okay, ready for a little floor work. If you watched my first mobility video that I did, I kind of did the inverse of this. I started on the floor with really slow, kind of somatic experiencing movements, and then worked my way up to standing and doing a little bit more intense work. But today, since I'm already warmed up, I figured I would reverse it, which is what I typically do depending on my energy levels, how warm my body is. Last time I did downward dog, I showed it with my knees bent. Today we're gonna go for having relatively straight legs. If you can. If you can't, if you still need to bend your knees, go for it. Do whatever feels most comfortable for you. Here we go. You can pedal out the feet. And then straighten like a pyramid. The Pyramid of Giza. I really want to go to Egypt one day, but not right now. I've heard it's not the best for tourism. So maybe one day in the future, or one day if there's time travel, I'd really like to see that. So then we're gonna do those these ones I love. Now, if you can't do anything that I'm showing you, please do not feel bad. Modify as needed. There was a time when I couldn't do what I'm showing you either. And I've just built myself up to this point. And we'll go to shoulder openers, which is essentially a small wheel or a big bridge, if we're using yogi terms. And then one of my absolute favorites, which is they squat. If you can't do a full squat, that is fine. If you need to have your feet up because you can't have your heels all the way down, that is absolutely fine. I grew up being obsessed with frogs, so I was always sitting in frog squats. I'm also half Lithuanian, and apparently it's very common for Baltic people to squat all the time. So I'm genetically set up for it, we'll just say that. And then opening those arms one at a time. I have one arm hooked and the other arm opening. We can go into those wonderful hip opener grappling moves. These are amazing. So try to keep feet at like 90 degrees or so. And just flip them around. Try to keep your feet in the same place. And then I like to add a twist. Then we're gonna do a glorious move I learned from Josh over at Strength Side. Amazing channel, please check him out. This one he calls the squat to seiza. So you go squat and then forward onto your knees and then back like this, your fists and your feet really stretching out. And it feels great for the feet. And then back into a squat and then seiza. Beautiful, I love this. Let's roll, okay. Rolling, one of my absolute favorites. Let's roll, okay guys? So this is like an active roll. Let's open up through the chest and then we can roll back. If this is all you could do or something close to it, that's fine. I'm going to roll all the way back along my spine. Oh, I love this one. I try to start every morning rolling on the floor. Those of you who tune in for my live streams, you know I've definitely shared that before. Always start the day with rolling on the floor if you can. All animals do it. All animals do it except for people. I don't understand. Now I'll go side to side. Let's do some cat-cows just to really get into that spine again, and this can be really calming. You can do some deep breathing if you want to, if it feels right, if it works for you. So cat-cow starts on all fours. You can have your feet like this. I like to because it kind of stretches out my toes, or you can have them flat down, whatever works better for you. I'm gonna keep them like this. And this is cat. Breathe out. And then I breathe in for cow. Tilt the spine and pelvis. Open the chest and then back down to cat. And then open to cow. Nice. Oh, that feels a lot better. Talking about today, as I mentioned, I was feeling more anxious, more anxiety, kind of sporadic energy today. My mind was very busy and buzzy, and I do feel calmer and I do feel better. So yeah, I hope this was interesting and insightful for you guys. Let me know if you guys have any tips or tricks for if you ever have really low energy, how you help bring it up, or if you have really high energy, how you kind of channel that and bring it in and regulate yourself. Hopefully this was interesting for you guys, and maybe you guys have some stories or tips or tricks to share with each other in the comments, with me in the comments. I look forward to seeing you there, and take care of yourselves. Use the force always. You have it in you. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. Take care of yourselves, take care of your body, as Nova would say. All right guys, see you later. Bye. Oh my gosh, there's a dead ladybug on the floor. Crap. At least it's like a ladybug wing.